Hello, Ms. Meta. My name is Bella Murphy, and I'm a social work student at Southern Connecticut State University. Did I pronounce your
Hi.
name correctly?
Yep.
All right. Do you want me to call you by Miss Meta, or would you like to call me for me to call you by anything else?
You could call me Colby.
Okay. All right. Nice to
Yeah.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I just wanted to say thank you for helping me out. I really appreciate this. This interview will only be 7 to 10 minutes long, so I hope that doesn't take up too much of your time.
No problem.
All right. Before we discuss anything further, I just wanted to ask if it's okay if I record this call. It'll
Yeah.
only be seen by me and my professor.
No problem.
All right, thank you. So I was just going to ask, where do you work and what populations do you serve?
Okay, so I'm a school social worker in New Haven Public Schools, and the population is pre-K through eighth grade um, students.
Is there any challenges with serving kids?
It could be challenging just not having a lot of time to give to all the students. There's about 500 something students in the building, and I'm the only social worker. So sometimes the days go by very quickly, and there's not a lot of time to, you know, get everything done. And then also sometimes families don't want their child to be seen by a school social worker, so there's that barrier. Not often, but sometimes that does come up.
I understand that there's like a lot of stigmas around seeing a social worker.
Yeah, for sure.
And what social work skills do you think you use the most when you do work with the kids?
So school social work really isn't clinical, so I'm not doing therapy per se, but like a school social worker does crisis intervention work, case management. I do evaluations for special education students, and then teaching like coping skills, social skills, emotional regulation. So it's like a lot of group work. Um, so yeah, that's mostly what I do.
Okay, interesting. So you do a lot of stuff with 504s and IEPs?
Yeah, so 504, at least I know it's different in different districts, but in New Haven, 504s are done by the school counselors. And for students with IEPs, I work with those special education students. If they have social work on their IEP, that would be my role. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. And what kind of degrees or certifications would you need to work in New Haven Public Schools as a social worker?
So you need your master's in social work, and you also need your teacher certification.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so what would a typical day look like for you?
So a typical day, I start my day off at my morning duty. So like being in a school system and we're in the teacher contract, you have these duties like dismissal duty, arrival duty. So I'm standing in the hallway, greeting students as they come in, and then I do crew with a classroom, so that's like our morning meeting. And I'm in a seventh grade classroom for that, and that's every day. And then I might do like a social skills group with a group of third graders. I do a lot of lunch groups where I take the students from lunch and they come and eat in my office. And then, if there's a PPT meeting, we usually have specific days for that. But that is something that I would also do. But mostly my days are just running groups kind of back to back or seeing individual students.
Okay. And say a student is dysregulated, how would you help meet their needs?
So I might, remind them of the coping skills that we have developed, give them a safe space. I have a lot of like fidgets in my office and sand and just things that they could use to calm down. Um, in extreme cases where we feel like the student is in crisis or unsafe, we might call 211, which is an intervention through Clifford Beers where they come out to the school and they help assess the student. Um, but yeah, mainly just giving them the space and tools to regulate those emotions and use their breathing and positive self-talk and all of those skills that we try to teach them.
Nice. I heard that the Neato fidget toys are like all the rage now.
They are, yes.
Yeah, they're
I
quite
don't have any
popular.
Nidos in here, but yeah, they're hard to find.
Yeah, they are. I've heard a lot about them. I work with
Yeah.
kids doing swim lessons, so I heard
Oh,
a lot
okay.
about that. That's so funny that you say
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
What is the most challenging part of working with the students and what is the most rewarding part?
So challenging, like I said earlier, just like time constraints or like if I don't have consent to work with a student, that really would benefit from support. Um, So that could be challenging. And then rewarding is just like being able to be that student's person, and like helping them when they need it the most or hooking a family up with outside resources. Like I said, this is not clinical work.
Mhm.
So we do a lot of referrals out. And when families follow through and they get that help, it's really rewarding. So yeah, just, like helping the children, but also helping their families.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that with me. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Um, is there anything you would like to add or ask me before we wrap up? I really appreciate you doing this again.
Um, no, I think I covered it. Do you know what social work you want to do yet?
I'm thinking of going into DCF right now.
Okay.
Um, Eventually I do kind of want to go into the prison systems and do like evaluating of criminals and seeing if they're fit to stand trial.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool.
yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting, but yeah, we'll see where the wind takes me, I guess. I got a couple of years left, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. Well, let me know if you ever need anything else or if you look into schools. Um,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, I'm happy to.
I actually need to figure out an internship, so I'll have
Oh,
to
okay.
yeah, I'll have to figure that out soon, so I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I could email you the school social worker in New Haven Public Schools that does the internships.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, so I could give you her contact information.
I would actually really appreciate that because I have nothing going on right now.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. Well, I really appreciate this again. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.
You too. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.